Well, this is a big barge that is involved in a dredging operation on the harbor here in St. Joe, Michigan. They have to dredge the harbor periodically to remove all the sediments and the silt from the bottom of the harbor. I want to talk to you about it in your morning cup of inspiration. Why do they have to remove the sediment and the silt? Well, that builds up, and over time it makes it difficult for the boats to flow out into the lake through the harbor. It also causes more contamination for the wildlife, for the fish, for other animals that might be drinking out of the harbor. So it's very important that they dredge it. Now, they have been here for weeks. I think it's been over 3 weeks now, and they still have more to go. So it's a long, tedious process. But the end result is they pipe all of that sediment out around the pier and onto beaches to help build up the beaches and make the beaches bigger so they can use all of that dredge that they've been using. And you know, there's a spiritual application here as well. We need to keep all of the sin and the silt and the sediments of sin in our life. We have to keep that out of our lives so that we can have that good flow between us and the Lord, just as the harbor has to flow out and the boats have to flow out into the lake. When you think about it, if harbors and seaways aren't clear of all that debris and sediment, then that affects our economy because so many ships are shipping freight and goods that are imported from other countries. There's a few verses I think that gives us a spiritual application about keeping sin out of our lives. In Psalm 51, verses 10 through 13, we read, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit." And then over in 2 Chronicles, chapter 7, verse 14, we read, "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and will forgive their sin, and will heal their land." So we have to turn from that sin. We have to get it out of our lives, just as that dredge is dredging all that silt and sediment out of that harbor to clear the way, to make the path better so that the boats don't bottom out. So we have to keep clear communication with the Lord. How do we do that? By keeping sin out of our lives and making sure that every day we're confessing when we mess up and saying, "Lord, forgive me, and I want to be close to you." I hope that inspires you today, and I'll talk to you soon for another morning cup of inspiration.